Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Friday. Welcome back. I hope you had a great week. Since it's Friday, that means it's time yet again for another weekly beauty chit chat. This is the video that goes up pretty much most Fridays here on my channel, where I just kind of share all of the fun, frivolous, and completely unnecessary beauty products that I was personally loving or obsessing about over the course of the past week. I love filming this video every single week. It just gives me an opportunity to kind of gather all of the things that I just really enjoyed using, products that I have had some great experiences with, and it allows me to give you guys some really great recommendations. So if you happen to be in the market, hopefully maybe you can find a suggestion in this video. I do list and link everything that I'm mentioning in the description box right below. Feel free to check that out if you would like to read up more about these products yourself, maybe read up other people's reviews, check out ingredient decks. The description box is usually a plethora of information, so feel free to check that out if you are so inclined. But anyway, I hope you guys had a really great week. I had a pretty good week myself. I will say it just flew by. It's really hard for me to believe that we are already at the end of June. It's good. It's good for me that the summer is kind of flying by a little bit because just naturally I'm not one of those like summertime girlies. I don't enjoy being hot. I don't like sweating. It's not really my thing. So the summers are always kind of rough, but I am trying, as I get older, I'm trying a little bit harder to embrace, you know, the spring and the summer, which just naturally I've never really gravitated towards either of those two seasons. But also, you know, I can't wish away half the year because, listen, I'm in my mid-40s, time's flying by, and I would like to slow time down just a little bit because, man, you get old fast after you turn 40. So I know at this point I need to just kind of enjoy all of the parts of life, you know, find joy where you can, and I'm trying to do that this summer with just really getting into like gardening and doing more stuff outside, and the yard looks great. It has never looked better. So if anything good is coming of this, me trying to embrace the sunshine, it's that our yard is really turning into a beautiful, lush little oasis. Anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the faves from this week. I'm gonna start with the perfume picks because that's usually where I always start. It's one of my favorites. I love getting up in the morning and getting ready and just kind of thinking about, you know, the vibe for the day, if you will, and then coordinating my fragrance to match my vibe or my mood. And this week I was focusing on these two fragrances. They're kind of different. This Ellis Brooklyn Myth is a really nice fresh scent. And then the Nest Lychee Rose is a beautiful, sweet, sophisticated floral. Rose specifically, it's so pretty. But yeah, these two are definitely not similar scents, but I was just feeling a fresh and rosy vibe this week, so this is what I was wearing. Let's go ahead and start with the Ellis Brooklyn Myth. This is just a beautiful, sophisticated, fresher type of fragrance. I actually think of this one as a little bit of a unisex kind of fragrance. It kind of reminds me of like the 90s when I wore CK1. CK1 was just always one of those fragrances where it smelled really good no matter who was wearing it. And I feel like Ellis Brooklyn Myth is kind of in that same category where it could really go either way. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who don't care whether a fragrance smells masculine or feminine. They just wear whatever floats their boat. I tend to probably stick a little bit more with the like more feminine to like neutral types of fragrances. I don't normally like really masculine scents, at least on me. Love them on my husband. I mean, when that guy wears like cologne, which really isn't terribly often, I wish he would wear it more, but I love it. I love those masculine scents on him. I just don't love them on me. But I think this is kind of a great in between. So whether you normally gravitate towards feminine or masculine scents, I think this one is worth checking out. I think it's lovely. And I'm already at the halfway point, which is amazing, but also not because I reach for it quite a bit. I feel like I have to sneeze. Don't sneeze. Okay, we're good. it passed. Don't you hate that feeling when your nose is just like, it's coming, and then it just doesn't. Anyway, all right, Nest Lychee Rose. This is my new, I feel like, sophisticated fancy lady perfume. Lychees, naturally, if you have ever consumed them, kind of have a little bit of a rose water taste or flavor to them. And they also kind of have a little bit of a rose water scent. So I think pairing lychee with just rose in general is just a natural, like, great combination. And this particular scent, it's definitely one of my new holy grails for sure. I adore this. This is a very sweet, beautiful, sophisticated rose. It just, I don't know. There's something about this scent that just captures like something in me. I think it's the rose. I have always really enjoyed rose-based fragrances. Even the ones that smell maybe a little bit more old-fashioned, I kind of like those as well. But I do like the more modern takes on rose. And I do think this leans a little bit more modern. It's very crisp, very like a nice straightforward rose, but very pretty. Almost like a David Austin Patience type rose. Beautiful. I love it. And listen, pairing it with the lychee, I think was such a good decision here because it just brings a beautiful sweetness to the scent that, I mean, it just makes the fragrance to have the lychee in here. And I'm a massive fan of this. And once I finish this little travel size that I purchased, I'll be getting the full size because that's beautiful. And yeah, just, they knocked it out of the park with that one. I adore it. All right, let's go into, I only have one hair mention this week. So it is this little pump right here. This is the Pacifica Best Day Ever Dry Shampoo and Volumizer. This is meant to absorb oil, clean your hair, as well as boost volume. This has butterfly pea flower, rice, and witch hazel in it. And the way that you use this is you can see this little pump part up here. So if you are using this as a dry shampoo, you are going to part your hair. You're going to floof the product in there like that. And then, you know, like work it into your scalp. And that really does help absorb a lot of excess oil. Now, you definitely want to brush through your hair, especially if, you know, you don't have gray hair like I do. Obviously, this white powder works great with my naturally gray hair. But what I also really like about this is that you can also use it as a like volumizing powder as well. It really does add some like extra texture and oomph to my hair that, you know, it doesn't just naturally otherwise have. And so it allows me to, when I really like work on parting my hair and spreading this throughout my scalp, it really helps to build the volume at the root. And it makes it look like I have a whole lot more hair than I naturally have. So I think it's a great dry shampoo. I think it's a great volumizing product, and it's from Pacifica, so it's fairly affordable. This is available at Ulta. I do want to let you guys know that Pacifica did send me this in PR. All opinions are still my own. I don't have to actually show anything that they send in PR. It's not a requirement from them, but I've been using this and I really like it. And you know what? I'm gonna repurchase this. I really like this a lot. It's 1 ounce. So it's a fair amount of product. I mean, if you look at the amount that's in here, like it's a fair amount of powder. And I feel like this would last you quite some time. But yeah, if you're looking for a dry shampoo that doesn't come out with like an aerosol spray, if you want something that is maybe even a little bit easier to use, I think this is fantastic. You just go along, you know, your scalp, absorbs that oil and gives you a little bit of extra oomph to your hair. Nothing to complain about. It doesn't have a smell, by the way. Yeah, I don't smell anything from this. So if you're worried about fragrance, I get no fragrance from this at all. All right, sorry about that little interruption. Let's get back to it with some skincare mentions here. All right, the first thing I'm going to mention is actually this super inexpensive little plastic Bic razor. This has 2 blades on it. And what I'm using this for is for shaving my face. Listen, up until about a year ago, I really did not mind the peach fuzz on my face. In fact, in a lot of my previous videos, you know, I used to mention like, oh, I don't mind the peach fuzz. You know, I know it's there on my face. I can see it. You know, if I'm looking in the mirror, like when I'm out in my car, we all know the lighting in your car it's great for pointing out all of your flaws, you know, so I could definitely see quite a bit of peach fuzz, you know, on my cheeks over here. But I never really minded it. Like, it was soft, it wasn't crazy prolific, and I was totally okay with it. I just thought, I'm gonna leave it, it's fine. However, something happened hormonally within the last year that caused the production of the amount of peach fuzz to kick into high gear. Like, this is just another indicator to me at my hormones just like, they're just going wacky right now, and it's super frustrating, but it is kind of what it is right now. I am still struggling in terms of, you know, figuring out this HRT situation in my life. I've just kind of taken a break from all of that right now just because it was getting really annoying to deal with doctors. So I'm just kind of trying to manage it on my own right now. I will get back into trying to sort that out. But yeah, the hormonal changes definitely were presenting some different issues. And one of the things that I really started noticing was the increased amount of peach fuzz. Now, I did try to start with those, you know, like those tinkle razors that everybody uses to dermaplane my face. However, I didn't enjoy using those, and one day I was looking underneath the bathroom sink for something else, and I saw that Craig still had these on hand. Craig rocks a beard now, so he never really shaves his face anymore. This is what he used to use to shave his face. So I went ahead and grabbed one, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try shaving my face. And it was so much easier to shave my face with this razor than it was to dermaplane with the little tinkle thing. I'm not interested in ever going back to those. I'm gonna stick with these because it gives me a really close shave. I have yet to cut myself. Now, I have been using this as my shave gel, if you will. This is the New Face Hydrating Aqua Gel. So I put, you know, a layer of this on the area that I am intending to dermaplane, if you will. And then, you know, I basically go with the growth. So I go down and it removes everything. It gives me such a beautiful, clean shave. It's so weird to like be talking about this. But I tell you what, if you are afraid to do this, I can tell you the following. My hair has not grown back thicker. It doesn't. I mean, if you are a woman, your genetics are different and you are not going to have hair that's going to grow back into a beard. Like, it doesn't work that way. Yes, you may have whiskers, and yes, those will grow back more coarse, but the peach fuzz, it's gonna stay peach fuzz. It's not going to suddenly turn into a massive, you know, lumberjack beard. The color hasn't changed. It still grows in, you know, just really fine. At first, it is a little bit of a blunter edge, which is what might make it feel like stubble, but that hair, like that edge of the hair that comes out, thins out very quickly. I have only been shaving my face every other week. I feel like my peach fuzz grows kind of slowly, so that works for me. But I just based off of the exfoliation that I'm getting and how nicely my makeup goes on after doing this, I'm kind of tempted to do it weekly. But these work great. Listen, you don't have to buy a special tool. Like, you can just use a razor to shave your face. So, I don't know. Are you afraid to shave your face? Let me know down below. I wasn't afraid to do it because I knew that it wouldn't change the hair texture. I just didn't want to, like, I just didn't care about it before, up until it just exploded and it became a lot more evident. And because I do wear powder foundation, it does grab to the hair. So anyway, that's fun doing that now. it's fine. I will be sharing some updated like skincare videos during the month of July, and I will actually shave my face on camera with you and show you exactly how I do it in July. So don't worry, a video is coming. Also, I have been microneedling again, and I have been using the banisher. Now, they did send this to me in PR. I have not microneedled my face in a very long time. In the past, when I used to do it, I would use the rollers. But the more that I have learned about the rollers, the more I know that that's really not the best route to go if you are going to microneedle at home. And it's best to actually use these stampers. And I have been loving this banisher. These needles are so incredibly fine. I don't even know if the camera will really pick. Can you even see them on there? I can barely see them, right? They are super, super thin. I've been using it now for 3 weeks, and I love this stamper. One, it's really easy to use. 2, there are some areas on my face where it's a little bit more sensitive, but in general, this is not painful to me at all. I am going to be doing an in-depth review of this one after I've been using it for a full month. So that's going to be coming up here somewhat soon. I will also do a microneedling routine to show you exactly how I utilize this. But I'm so thankful that Banish reached out and offered to send this to me to be able to try out. It's been really easy to use, and I love the results. I'm a big fan, and I'll be buying the replacement heads. You get eight uses out of each head. I feel like that is, I mean, that's a lot of uses. So in terms of investment, after the initial investment, it's just $20 for the replacement heads, and they work great. So far, so good. I'm really excited to share more about that banisher with you guys in the coming weeks. All right, let's do a couple more skincare items. First of all, I've been loving and using the Vacation Super Spritz SPF 50 face mist whilst working outside in the yard. This has been my touch-up SPF that I have doused my face with when I've been outside, you know, moving mulch, things like that. This protects my face super, super well. I use this in combination with a hat, and I feel like using this and a hat has really protected my face beautifully. I have no color on me at all. I SPF everything. It is my goal in life to never again be tan. I was a child of the 80s and 90s, and so I grew up, using tanning beds, laying out on trampolines covered in baby oil to try to get the darkest tan possible. And I have such massive regrets about that now, because it turns out I actually have a family history of melanoma, and so I'm just extra vigilant about sun protection now. And if you are not yet wearing SPF on a daily basis, I would really highly recommend it. We do need the sun, but we need to be careful about the amount of sun exposure. I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, obviously, when I was, 19 and 20, having a tan was worth it, but looking back, was it really? No. I was a bonehead. You live, you learn. And now I just basically keep my fingers crossed at my yearly dermatologist appointment that they don't say, "Ooh, that looks suspicious. We need to remove that," or "We need to test that." Like that is a fear for me every single year as I sit in the waiting room. I'm just basically waiting for it to happen. So learn from me. If you're still young and you are laying out in the sun, I feel like there's a resurgence right now of people going back to tanning outside and even using tanning beds. And I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's a good idea. Yeah, I would say stop while you're ahead. Okay, 2 more skincare items I want to mention. I feel like I haven't used this in a really long time, and so I kind of went back to it this week, and every time I go back to it, I'm like, I need to just be using this consistently, period. It's such a great product to help with sebaceous filaments, to help with blackheads. This is the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant. Now, here's the thing about this one. It has kind of a like almost oily like texture to it. I don't like using this one in the daytime, but I've been using it in the evening, and I just take a few drops into the palm of my hand, and I use my fingers to just massage it into the areas where I deal with the most sebaceous filaments. And I will do like, I mean, I'm talking like 4 or 5 minutes just massaging this into my pores. And it really does help to dissolve those sebaceous filaments. It keeps your pores so clean. It has never been irritating to my skin. It's quite a gentle product, and I love it. It's fantastic. I think I'm nearing the end of this one, and it's been a repurchase for me multiple times over. It's just a really fantastic product. So if you're looking for a really great one from Paula's Choice, this has definitely been a favorite of mine. I would recommend it, absolutely. Now, I finally started testing out the Glow Recipe Cloudberry Bright Essence Toner. I was really excited about picking this one up. This has Cloudberry Concentrate, which, sorry, I have the box here, so I am reading off of it. Cloudberry Concentrate is packed with vitamins C and E. This antioxidant-rich fruit fermented in this toner for enhanced absorption into the skin. It brightens while providing deep hydration to the skin. There's CoQ10 in here. This is also a powerful antioxidant. It helps to strengthen the skin's barrier. Fermented rice water helps to soothe and brighten the skin for a soft, even-toned complexion. There's also oat and collagen amino acids in here, which are the building blocks of peptides and proteins, which help to support skin's collagen while maintaining hydration and helping to keep the skin soft and supple. So anyway, there's just a little bit of ingredient information for you, but in terms of how I've been using it, pretty much every single morning for sure, and most nights I've been using this as well. I just do a couple pumps into the palm of my hand, and then again, I really work that into my skin. I've been working it into my neck as well as my chest area here. I do feel like I have a really beautiful, you know, nice clarity to my skin right now. Not really dealing with a lot of breakouts. I do think this definitely has a kind of instant brightening and almost plumping effect on the skin. It does provide a nice little layer of light hydration as well. So as someone who doesn't use heavy moisturizers in the morning, this is a great layering piece for me, but I really do think it provides a nice luminosity to my skin. So far, so good. I think it smells really nice too. I wouldn't say it's overly fragranced, but you can definitely smell, you know, something in here. So far, so good. I tend to love Glow Recipe products in general, and I could see this becoming a favorite for me for sure. All right, just a couple of makeup items I want to mention. The Milk Pore Eclipse Primer has been working overtime for me this week. This is my favorite summertime primer. If you have never tried this, it's great if you have oily or combination skin. I just use a little bit of this prior to putting on my powder foundation. I focus it mostly on my forehead, my cheeks, my nose, and my chin, which, you know, obviously is the bulk of my face, but I really am oily all over, and that is where I deal with my enlarged pores. This really helps to smooth my pores, keeps my makeup intact much further into the day. So in terms of a summertime primer for the oily skin girlies, get it. It's really good. Blush this week has been mostly this. This is the Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush in Mykonos. This is what I am wearing today. So you can see it's a really nice kind of coral. I love the pop of color from this one. It's really vibrant, but still I think natural enough looking. Love this one, stays put all day. The lips have mostly been the Tower 28 gloss. This is their lip jelly gloss in XOXO. That is what I have on my lips now. So just kind of a nice, like, jelly red, pinky red. Looks like a pinky red. Not super pigmented, obviously. It kind of lets my natural lip color shine through as well, but it adds just a little something, and it's actually quite a wearable color. It doesn't necessarily look like it from a distance, but it is quite sheer, if you will, so beautiful. And then the two eyeshadow palettes that I have been playing with this week are these two here. So this is the Natasha Denona Glam palette. This is kind of just a good basic neutral staple. I like this one a lot, but I've also been playing with this old MAC eyeshadow palette here. I don't even know how long I have had this in my collection. I feel like it's been quite some time. What was this called? It didn't have a name. No. Eyeshadow, there's 15 eyeshadows in here. It's just a 15 pan palette. But some of the colors in here are Vapor, Honey Lust, All That Glitters, Saddle, Mulch, Amber Lights, Woodwinked, Embarked, Carbon, Satin Taupe is in here, Omega, Rice Paper. So yeah, a lot of just really great neutrals. I purchased this back in the day before MAC, you know, decided that they were no longer cruelty free. So I've had this for a little while. I haven't reached for it in a long time, so I thought I might as well bust it out. And I don't know, I still love the MAC eyeshadows. I really wish these guys would go back to being cruelty free, but I'm not sure that's gonna happen. We'll see, I don't know. Companies do succumb to pressure these days, so we shall see. Anyway, you guys, that's everything that I have for you this week. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Let me know what some of your favorites were in the comments down below. Let me know if you have any fun plans for the weekend. And yeah, subscribe if you're new, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.